Next item, please, Vicki.
Okay, this third and last TSPC item
It's all right,
was initially requested by the city's police department.
Jimmy's on a roll. Let him go.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Jimmy. Is it Vicki? Is that okay? He stole your thunder.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go for it.
No.
Item E, adopt resolution establishing parking restrictions at loading zones and police vehicle parking stall on City Parkway in San Bruno City Park and amending resolution 1987-24.
Okay.
Thank you, Vicki. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Thank you. This third and last TSPC item was initially requested by the city's police department. The police department is proposing to establish a satellite police station in the southwest corner of the recreation building in City Park to provide an enhanced level of service to San Bruno residents, and requested Public Works Department to determine the viability of providing a dedicated police vehicle parking space in front of the rec center so that it's visible from the satellite location in order to deter vandalism to the vehicle. The Community Services Department also inquired whether additional loading zone spaces can be provided along City Parkway between the gazebo and swimming pool to accommodate the heavy loading activity that occurs in the area during summer camps. Staff evaluated the existing parking restrictions in front of the rec center to determine whether a new dedicated police space and additional loading zones can be provided. During the research, staff found that there were some discrepancies between the existing curb markings and the resolution 1987-24, which is attached to the staff report that was approved, which established no stopping zones, loading zones, and accessible parking stalls on City Parkway, which was not updated to current conditions. So this slide, the City Parkway there, this slide here shows the proposed new curb markings in comparison to the existing. After further discussions with the Police and Community Services Department, staff is proposing to keep the existing curb markings and only modify the curb markings to create a police vehicle parking stall in front of the rec center near the gazebo, and convert the no stopping zone between the existing loading zones to a yellow zone, and thereby creating one large yellow zone between the gazebo and the pool. So basically, there was a red zone there that's been converted to yellow, and then there's the yellow zone that's been converted to a white zone for the police vehicle there. So staff brought this item to the city's TSPC for the review and recommendations, and the TSPC was in favor of staff's recommendation, and in order to codify the parking restrictions, the resolution 1987-24 would need to be amended. This concludes my presentation. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Question or comments for staff? I can say that I did go and just very quickly look at the satellite area that was going to be in the Veterans Memorial. I think it's a good idea. I think it's another way to be at another segment of the community, another area of town, and give other opportunity and options. The only thing is obviously many years ago, that was all open parking. Then it became red. Now we're modifying it to yellow. Then, what was then is not now, and I get that. But it did start to have for a lot of extra parking and double parking. So was there any concern that staff may have in regards to that length of that zone where people are going to be dropping off for various activities or summer activities, and maybe it'll get bottlenecked?
You're talking about the area near, are you referring to the area near the swimming pool?
Yes.
Yeah, and that was the reason why we wanted to convert it to the yellow zone, because in order to provide additional parking spaces for the people to use, because right now its existing condition is it's currently painted red. So by converting to yellow, we'll hopefully not have too many double parking in that area. And I don't know if I answered your question.
No, I think you did. I was just concerned that yellow in some people's world means 20 minutes. It means waiting outside for your child to finish with the class, to go into the locker room, to come out, and that 20 minutes could be just that. It could be longer. So I didn't know, that was my concern, was that we're opening up much more, and will that then, on special occasions when we have concerts in the park or other thing, will we now start losing that opportunity for emergency vehicles, for other vehicles that may need it? That was what I was thinking. Other comments from council?
Through the chair.
Laura?
So it's interesting you bring up the comment about it being all available parking years ago. And those were back in my teenage days where they allowed drinking in the park. And that was the reason why it got changed, and I know I was a strong advocate for changing that. Cars parked all along San Bruno Park and stood around and drank and just created a congestion and an unsafe environment. What's happened over the years, and I see this all the time, I was just at the park the other night, cars still do park in the red zone, and there's a lot of drop-off and pickup. I coach a 6th grade basketball team, and it's tough when parents are around the corner in the parking lot waiting for their kids to come out. So yes, you're going to get cars, they're going to be there for 10, 15 minutes, but they're in their vehicles. We're seeing it now. I think it's a great idea. It's a good change. I think it's a positive change. A lot of kids, and I'm more concerned about kids' safety and kids being able to go out to their parents' car, not crossing streets, so I think it's a good thing, and I'm great idea having the satellite police station as well.
And I know that wasn't you drinking
Nope.
in that back when you were young. Irene, anything?
No, I'm fine with it, thank you.
Marty?
I also like the police being there, and I think with the police being there, people are going to be more aware of being good drivers, and I think as we move forward with our plans for the rec center, we're going to have to configure something really drastic there, and I think that'll be resolved hopefully in the upcoming years real soon. But I think that I know that when I was dropping off my son at the pool, that we definitely wouldn't park in the red, but it congested everybody over there by the yellow, and so people were kind of waiting for somebody to get out. But I think that it'll work out, and I don't know if maybe a fog line painted to kind of help people just stay in that lane and not kind of waver over would be beneficial if you're just driving through. But I'm in favor of this.
Okay, would someone like to introduce the resolution? Sounds like most everybody's in favor.
I'll introduce the resolution.
And I'll second that.
Vicky?
Councilmember Salazar,
Yes.
Councilmember Medina,
Aye.
Councilmember O'Connell,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Davis.
Yes.
Mayor Medina.
Aye.